Hey everybody, Orpheolus here. Welcome back to some more Xenoblade Chronicles. Last time, we did side quests around Valak Mountain, exploring it fully, and all that stuff. This time, what am I doing back in Alchemoth, you might ask? The thing is though, is that between episodes, I realized that there's something very important I want to do, and it involves Corral, since he's back now. Yeah, before heading out, this will be the last time we'll be in Alchemoth for a long time. Before heading out, I highly suggest you have 5 heart peaches. It's a strong recommendation. Because in the future, heart peaches are going to be far from easy to get. Had a phone call of bloody course. Anyways, you want to talk with Corral once you have 3-star affinity here in Alchemoth, because you'll be able to get yourself a heart peach. Great heart peaches. Alternatively, you can find them around Alchemoth. I'm going to say this now, but you want to make sure you get heart peaches at some point. Just a suggestion. Okay, back to Valak. Alright, back here in Valak for real. Hey everybody, Orpheolus here, blah blah blah. This time, Sword Valley. We're gonna make our way into Sword Valley through the Bionis Wrist. Alright, we're here at the Bionis Thumb. Oh boy. Sword Valley time. So, you can easily see the transition. Snowy Valak Mountain coming down here to more less shady location. Yeah, Valak Mountain is pretty shady. That is one reason why Valak Mountain is even though it's lower than the head, all the way up there. Yeah, it's underneath some shade. It'll be cooled down, and yeah, that explains Valak Mountain. But coming out here on the sun, the snow is fading, the sun is shining, and Sword Valley awaits.
Oh, what the?
He's all that big sword? Oh, if he's, then ouchie ouch.
The sword of the Mechonis.
The entire valley below. The whole thing is its sword.
Something seems unnatural.
What do you mean?
Look, that flowing light. From the way it glows, it has to be ether. But it looks like it's being drawn in by something.
By the fortress. It should just be up ahead.
Father once told me that the Mechonis absorbs the ether of the Bionis and uses it for sustenance.
So the Mechonis feeds off ether? Then undoubtedly the ether serves as the Mekon's energy source as well.
Alright. A little stuff out of the way. So, let's come down a little bit further into Sword Valley. Oh boy, Sword Valley. I've been looking forward to this place, but one little small thing is I'm not looking forward to, but we'll get there when we get there. So, we're making our way through Sword Valley. Well, the thumb of the Bionis, because Sword Valley awaits up ahead. Sword Valley I do like, but I'm going to say this now. Make sure you are keen on collecting things, because on your way through here, Sword Valley will become locked off at some point.
It looks so big, even from this distance. The fortress must be enormous.
Galahad Fortress. The frontline base of the Mekon. The Mekon that attack Bionis must all come from here.
Then there's a high probability that he's there. The golden Mekon that took Fiora. We're about to enter the Mekon stronghold. If there's anyone who wants to turn back now.
Shulk, friend should no split up. No leave friend behind. Ricky's scared, but Ricky won't go too.
Ricky.
He's right. Okay, let's go.
Yes.
Alright then. So, continuing on our little side quest expedition, you can't jump over the fence no matter what you do. A little bit of landlocking, but coming down below, it looks like we got some interesting things down there. Looks like high ante and Han stuff alike. Let's go make our way down there.
What's that?
A supply convoy. It would be most unwise to proceed without restocking our supplies.
You arranged this for us. Hey, it's... Dixon!
Looks like you lot have been having fun without me. Heard you took care of that faced Mekon.
What are you doing here?
I got wind of some allied force coming together a few days back. I stepped up as the representative of the Homs. Then a little birdie told me you lot were heading for Galahad Fortress. So I thought I'd drop by and say hello. I've got a whole stack of new equipment. Want some?
Yeah! I was hoping for some new stuff.
Hold it, Ryan. You know it's gonna cost you.
You cheap old man.
Alright, so here at Supply Convoy, starting things out, we have ourselves some ether deposits. So if you need to get their ether stuff, going through Sword Valley, you want to look for these things, as those are the easiest place you can get to. Next up, we have a shop here. This is why I recommend do not bother getting weapons, because we need anti-mechon stuff. Don't bother with Melia, only get the people whom you will use. This is why I've been kind of neglecting stuff. I'll buy one for you, and one for you. So we have all that stuff. We have a lot of money going through. Next up, we have a lot of brave stuff. I'm going to go ahead and buy 5 of these. Next up, amethyst. We don't need that. Brave gauntlets. We need these. 6. Yeah, this place is kind of difficult. Okay, then, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we do need 6 of these. And then going on in here, we get ourselves some important of these items. So if you don't have any of these and you need them, go right on ahead. We got the money, so I'm not too worried. We have like $1 million. Things are going to get expensive though, just as a fair warning. So I'm going to go on ahead and take the time to prep ourselves up before talking to Dixon. Alright then, everybody's all suited up, ready set to go, so let's go talk to Dixon. If you're all ready, let me know what you've been up to. Looks like you've been through a lot. Tell me about it. Okay, let's ask Dixon what has happened.
Fiora? You mean Dunban's sister?
Yes.
So that's why you're all looking so down. I can't believe they're sticking Homs into those faced Mekon. Looks like they weren't just eating us.
They made Mumkar into one. He was the one who attacked Colony 9.
Oh, and there was me thinking he snuffed it in that battle.
Aren't you surprised?
Did he attack Colony 9? I don't know what drives those Mekon. I've given up trying to figure them out. It don't surprise me one bit. Still, Mumkar as well, eh? Things are getting interesting.
Sorry?
Oh, nothing.
It is time for us to return. I would like to continue providing assistance, but my help is required in assembling Homs for the Allied force. There are also my duties as seer to consider.
Then I'll be off too. You lot should be alright getting Fiora back. In the meantime, we'll be getting ready for battle.
Thanks for coming this far. We'll be fine. We can handle ourselves.
Galahad Fortress is a key position for the Mekon. You can't just rush in, all guns blazing.
Agreed. We will infiltrate via the ether inlets. If I'm right and the Mekon do feed off ether, then we're sure to find some form of influx channel. Our objective is to reach one of those channels.
Don't go dying on me, Shulk.
I won't. You take care as well.
Cheers.
Looks like it's just us.
Right. We head for the hilt of the sword. Galahad Fortress.
Okay.
One year on. Now, at last, we will seize our destiny. Isn't that right, Shulk?
So another has appeared with the ability to wield the Monado. But why would Zanza release the Monado? He surely knows it would become a double-edged sword. Yet he relinquishes it to that mere child. And a face escaped my control and acted alone. Now that the Monado has been freed, it appears the usefulness of the faces has come to an end. Although, perhaps there are still things to be learned from having them challenge the boy.
Alright then, so, all that nonsense is done. Welcome to Sword Valley. Oh boy, Sword Valley. Sword Valley, I like, but at the same time, there's one small little detail later on. It won't be this episode, I know that for sure. But there's one small thing in this area that I don't like. So, starting things out, Sword Valley, there's many ways for you to tackle this place. This place is very wide open in terms of how you approach it. You can either take the low road or the stealthier high road. I'm just going to note this now is that high road sometimes will have its advantage over the low road. Mostly in terms of one monster in particular. Yeah, coming through here, expect a lot of Mechon. Obviously. Not only that, but in terms of getting gear, I'd recommend you don't give anything to Melia. The reason why I don't recommend giving anything to Melia is because Melia has her own ether attacks. Okay, that's some weird texturing. Yeah, Melia more relies on ether attacks, not physical attacks. Not like that, but she will be one way or another able to inflict her topple combo. So you don't really need to worry about Melia. Don't bother getting anything from Melia because Melia is not really benefiting from the ether stuff. So yeah. So coming on through, we arrived here at Jed Fortress. Or Ged Fortress, or however the hell you say it. So the main gimmick here for the first part of Sword Valley. Opening terminals. This terminal will activate the next two terminals. You can alternatively take the high path. But know that you'll easily lock yourself out. Just as a warning. So, let's go ahead and activate this first panel at the 6th gate. There's a lot of gates. So just walk up to it, activate gate, wait here, go at no frames per second, and then head on to the next area. Okay then, so going out here, be careful. I'd recommend taking the high road at this portion. Because we have ourselves some of the largest enemies in the game coming through here. Not only that, but some of the strongest. In fortress units. They're high level 52, and they come packing Titan Stamp. It's a very, very powerful attack that inflicts topple. Stay the hell away from those guys. Those guys are boss in Book's clothing. Beyond so. They are not pretty to say the least. So going through here, we got some M54s and such. I'm not really going to bother bashing them in because there's no monster quest here. Just know that you just open terminals and such and get on through. Mostly, if anything, you want to make sure you pay attention to the unique monsters. Thankfully, unique monsters here are really well pad out and they're kind of obvious where they are. Not that fortress unit, though. Not just regular fortress unit. Fortress units are among the strongest enemies in the game. Well, in terms of stat-wise, they are very powerful. Combine the fact that they cannot be toppled, they'll attack you relentlessly, and there's two ways you can battle them. You can battle them down low or up high. You can, yeah, you can battle them up high. In fact, up high has its own advantages because, well, down low will be more relying on physical attacks. Up high, you'll be using a lot of ether attacks, including, dark matter and such. So, yeah. A lot of stuff to deal with fortress units. They're interesting in terms of how they fight. Downsides, no matter which way you go, you're going to be at a disadvantage. If anything, if you're interested in fighting mechon units, well, these fortress units, take them on from above. Don't bother going down there and fighting them. That's only going to spell disaster no matter what level you're at. I mean, unless you're, like, high enough level to where they won't really see you, then you can go ahead and take them on low, but you want to approach them from above. The main reason why I came in here is that you can get yourself some free item orbs in here. So that is actually really good because free item orbs here, don't be overly concerned about getting all the items here necessarily right now. Here's a list of the collectopedia we need to collect, and there's a good amount actually. You don't need to be overly critical because these things will not be lost necessarily forever. But it's a good thing to get them done now. So coming up to the top, we got some Mechon defensive pluses. A lot, yeah. Just an example, you could theoretically go through much of this place without touching the ground. That is open-ended at its definition. Yeah, Sword Valley is really interesting in this regard. Because the fact that you can avoid a lot of these enemies just by going up the highway, yeah, it's a lot slower than going down low. But taking the highway is kind of at its own advantages. Might not be the way forward. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, technically you don't have to go. You technically do have to go through this entirely. But Okay, technically you do have to go through the ground. I don't go through this place that much. I mostly just go to locations and go about it. Going from location to location. So, we arrive here at Dolgan Outpost. So, upon approaching it, we get ourselves a new quest. Secure Dolgan Outpost. Defeat Perdant Person. I don't know why they're naming these things weird names, but we gotta go defeat that. So we get ourselves gold condenser. You don't have to fight. You don't necessarily have to fight Perdant Person in order to proceed on. You can just go ahead and activate the symbol there. But know that there are some special surprise quests you can go through here. You don't have to get a quest giver or anything. You just go about going through here. So be careful because there's a hearing type monster there. Thankfully we were high enough level to avoid them, but that guy's a jerk face because he will alert the enemies that you are there. So, going through here, we get ourselves a level 49 Perdant Person.
But don't drop your guard.
So, Perdant Person, this guy has Spike, I think? Maybe just Topple Spike. Don't necessarily topple him all the time, because he does have a kind of a nasty Topple Spike. So, we're getting there to a chain attack. Dunman, can you draw the aggro for me, please? Sneak up behind. There we go. Wow, we're already almost there. Anyways, if anything, if you can, I'd recommend if you are going to have Shulk in your party, have him as your leader. The AI doesn't, the computer does not necessarily read that you have a dead shot. That's gonna hurt. Okay. Charlotte's going off. I was just about to chain attack, but nah. Anyways, the AI, they will constantly use enchant, even if your entire team has anti-mechon weaponry. It's dumb, it's stupid, it's unnecessary, but it's how the game is. So we got ourselves the remaining of these guys. They're almost done anyways. They're not too hard to kill. Just keep pressure on them, and eventually they'll fall. Spike defense is going to be really good here.
Let's keep on going like this, guys.
There are nothing here. Now going forward, we'll get some unique weapons here. I don't know if the unique weapons will or will not have anti-mechon properties. Mostly my rule of thumb for anti-mechon is if it has anti-mechon, it's anti-mechon. If it doesn't, don't risk it. So coming down here, we got ourselves more outlandish stuff. I thought that was an item where I guess not. Oh well. So coming down here, we got ourselves the next door we need to lower. At the 4th gate. This is the last gate if memory serves. Yeah, it is the last gate. So that will come on down. We have all the gates that we need to open. But instead of going necessarily out there immediately, I'm going to backtrack a little bit, mostly to climb our way up to the upper portions, because there's some good items around here. So let's go ahead and sneak on around and climb this little area. Rep Mechon, yeah, you can see the aftermath of the Battle of Sword Valley 1 year ago. See the true remnants of what went on. Nice little detail. So coming right here, we got ourselves another bit of broccoli here. Yeah, I know, it's like come over here, we got ourselves Adam X and X. Yeah, it's always randomized, so I'm just seeing what I get. Going through here, besides getting all the items for the Collectopedia, you're going to need to get 2 red frontiers here before you leave. You want to make sure you have those 2 because those are going to be required for Colony 6. Again, not the worst, not the end of the world if you don't make them because they'll be available in a later area for trade. Just you want to get them done now, and make sure you don't trade them. I ended up picking up 6 peach apples earlier this episode because I wanted to make sure I don't accidentally trade one of them. So yeah. So coming down here, we got ourselves some more B and Mechon Plus. Not overly difficult, just know that these guys are here. I just realized how truly high leveled we are. But in case you guys are all wondering, wait, you're over leveled. Should be a bit better level. Actually, it's actually a good level because, trust me, I've done a lot of practice files. By the end of the adventure, we will be at a balanced level. Okay, more items here. I'm surprised we haven't picked up any red frontiers yet. Then again, they are rare items. So that leads up and around. Yeah, there's a little alcove up there that's a bit faster to go through, but we got ourselves more things down here. Anyways, if you want to go ahead and take on these Fortress Mechon units, I'd recommend you take them on from above and use a party of Melia in the lead, Charla, and Ricky. Make sure they have as high ether defense as you can. Thought I spotted an item up here. Alright then, so that's it up here. So, crashing on down there. Get ourselves another item, okay. So, up there we get ourselves another door. We won't necessarily be able to open it immediately. So we have to go out of the way to open it up. Jubilee Silver! Ooh, I know those are hard to get. Have you reached any of the requirements yet? Yeah, you got a lot of them. Good footing. Okay. So, coming around here, we get ourselves, well, a new area we can head on into. We get ourselves a fire pepper here. And a gigantic ether pool with another fortress area up ahead. There is a psychos involved there, but instead of going there immediately here at the ether storage area, we want to go head off this way. There is a unique monster that does patrol around here, so if you don't want to fight him necessarily right now, which I'm not going to fight him now because I want to get myself a landmark, because it's been a long ass time since we last had a checkpoint. This area is known for checkpoint starvation. Not only that, but coming down back here, we get ourselves some stronger units. Yeah, at long last, get some stronger units. Level 55, level 50. So sneaking on around him, we get ourselves a lot more enemies back here. Another wave. Another memes. And in the back, we get ourselves level 51 Benevolent Aim. Sneak around him. You don't want to get him now. You can easily sneak around, just hug the edge and sneak behind him. And we get ourselves the Monado Wound and Achievement Pioneer. Inside the Bionis Wound, you can get yourself some free item orbs. This is a good place to get your item orb collection that you need. And it's right back here, behind the sneak monster. Win this battle. Purge him. Run. Let's try that again.
Everyone, let's go! Make it a swift victory.
Yeah, this guy has a nasty purge. If he's the guy I remember, I don't think he's necessarily the one. I know that this guy is not pretty. Okay, you're Topple Spike. Okay, now I remember. You have a nasty Topple Spike. You're not the regular Topple guy. Yeah, there's a powerful, unique monster here that I want to avoid. Okay, looks like they're not going to go for the Topple Spike, which is good. So back this guy, and this guy isn't overly difficult. Just don't topple him. You want to make sure you don't topple him, because if you topple him, he has a powerful Topple Spike. Okay, chain attack time.
I'm on it. My rifle's getting hotter.
Darn it. I want to get another chain in. Oh well, you can't win everything. Deadly Chainsaw. Be careful of that attack. That guy, that does inflict topple. And keep an eye on their hands. If it looks like they have a cylinder on their arm, not necessarily this one, but if they do have one, make sure you have yourself a good shield up, because they will be a pain in the ass. But we're almost there. This guy's about done anyway, so as soon as we backslash his butt, he should be gone. Giant Chainsaw. Powerful attack, inflicts days if memory serves, right? Yep. No days for you. Wow, chain attack already? Okay. A little bit more. There we go. Unique monster down. Okay, we got ourselves a Dalico. I was expecting a little bit more, but you can't ask for everything. So anyways, going through here, you want to make sure you take out the elite monsters, because after a certain point, the deadline is not sharp, but we do have only like a few areas leeway to get them all. Yes, you want to make sure you get them all. But warning you now, if you do decide to go them all, there is two very strong unique monsters here that I am being careful of. So we get ourselves a wandering guy. Here we get ourselves defective Ipos. No idea why everybody's just bashing out here. Just this guy's interesting, mostly because, well, we got ourselves a lot of enemies behind here. This is an enemy swarm battle, so not too bad. He does inflict double attack. This guy's defective Ipos isn't too hard. Okay, chain attack time. Oh boy, another one of these? Sure. Come on, if we can chain together, we can kill this guy really quickly. Damn it. Almost 100,000 too. What? We got ourselves a strike coming up here. Ouch. That was like 2 enemies bashing at once. Okay, Charlie got a cool off. Oh well. He's gone anyways. So we got ourselves a couple more guys here. I'll see you guys once he's already gone. Alright. You know what? You couldn't ask for a tougher battle, because that battle was pretty easy. So, upon crossing this bridge, we arrive here at the Inalda control base. Okay, I thought the game crashed for a moment, so we have secure Inalda control base. Defeat Tranquil Morax at the control base. Another one of these are pride quests. So, upon going in here, be careful, because I do know that there's a hearing type monster in here. The monster in question we need to bash in is right here. I don't know if you have a topple immediately or not. Okay, must be topple or else. Okay, chain attack bash time. Let's do this. Darn it, I want to chain together. Well, I guess our affinity between everybody is not the best. Oh well. I don't use Charlotte too much anyway, so that might be a reason why.
And as one, we're unbeatable.
Okay, he's about dead anyway, so another one of these guys easily done. Okay, looks like you're getting ready for Overeater 6. Inflicts HP down. So he's attempting to eat, but not for you today. Get yourselves an item and we get burn it up. I don't even know what that does. I guess reach burst affinities X times. That's my guess. One more? Okay. And there we go. Very easy battle. Not too difficult. And come right here. We get ourselves another thing. This will lead us to Gate 3. All the way out there. I'm not looking forward to what lies behind there. But Sir Leroy says, let's do it. So, coming forward. The way forward we need to go to is out that way. But instead of going that way, we're going to do one more side quest thing before we conclude the episode off. Mostly, we're going to take on a super boss. Okay, not necessarily a super boss in terms of like Final Markets levels. But considering the point of this game and the tight deadline you have, I consider this guy coming up a super boss. Make sure you are a high level, high ether defense. Prepare yourself. This unique monster coming up, I would argue, is one of the hardest unique monsters, on par with some of the strongest enemies in the game. When I say I compare level 57 monster coming up with something that's twice its level, and both are on about equal grounds, excluding its level difference and the agility thing, you know I mean serious business. This guy does not mess around. So thankfully we did get ourselves a landmark close by, so here we are at the third gate. So upon letting this door come down, you'll get ourselves the surprise quest upon entering here. Defeat reinforced M104 near gate 3. So yeah, so these enemies up front are not the main target. The main target is behind it. It's a fortress level style unit. So, fortress units. I want to use this party. Going forward, make sure you have high ether defense and blaze defense. You look good. Ricky. You don't need shield defense, you need ether defense. Ether defense is going to be really good here. Above 400 is going to be best. Okay. Hopefully this will be good. So these monsters are very high level. Right over there we get ourselves the reinforced unit. Take them on from as high as you can. Have good footing too. Especially if your AI decides to fall. If you do so, there's no saving you. So, upon coming up here, let's take on reinforced M104. What's Ricky doing? What the hell? What the hell, guys? What the actual hell? Holy crap, Charla. You want the speeds of a speedrunner. Ricky, learn your strats. Where the hell's Ricky? Oh, there he is. Well, I guess let's do things this way. Here we go. It starts out with black matter. Ether damage. So don't necessarily bother with Melia. She's going to be dealing lots of damage. You want to make sure you have your buffs all up. Take them out from above. I recommend these 3 members because these 3 members are Ether defense, or Ether users. I probably should have equipped Ricky with more Ether arts instead of just Resonates, so yeah. So Black Matter does do a lot, and inflicts Ether down too. That's why I'm gonna have Charlotte do some healing. Okay. Titan Laser 5. This'll hurt.
How can this be?
Okay, he's about down. Ricky could use a little bit more healing. But I mostly recommend just having Ricky just do his Ricky stuff. Okay. So that's it there. Ricky got a level up, nice. So, next up. Get out of the way. Save. Prepare your butt. That guy is not the boss. Okay, going forward. Going into arts. I recommend get everybody their best arts they can in terms of Ether. As for you, Headshaker's not gonna be too useful. Equip you. Metal Bolt's gonna be not that useful. Cure Round. Okay, that's gonna be on your set. Ricky, you're gonna need Lurgy. I'm gonna go get rid of Peekaboo. Don't need Behave, don't need that. Peekaboo, say sorry. Oh, he did get Save Sorry eventually. Yeah, Save Sorry. Target debuffs increase damage. So the more debuffs the enemy has, the more damage it does. I don't recommend it because... yeah, Ricky, you want to have his debuffs on. And have it stack up. Okay, I thought you had a little bit more stuff. I guess not. So. This is the setup I recommend having. Here on her set. Wind energy, do you have anything? Summon Aqua might be good. Summon Aqua is some nice if you happen to have it. Right now, I don't think so. But if you have Summon Ice, that'll be also pretty good. Summon Earth is also going to be really good. You want to make sure you have your status defenses up. HP up and all that stuff. I'm taking all these precautions because coming up, we're going to take on what I consider to be one of the hardest bosses in the game. Here he comes. Yeah, he sends the backup. No, 57, Mischievous, Naberius. I'm gonna go get on behind him. There is way up back here, right? I mean, he's pretty blind anyways. Yeah, there is way, because I'm gonna come back here. So, if you sneak on behind him, there's gonna be some Animorphs behind here. The, Mechon strategy I said earlier, take him on from the ground. That's for this guy. Entirely, okay? I guess you don't have to come back here. Where he spawns. That's going to be important to know. That's if you want some Itemords, like, whatever the hell that is. You can come back down here. Alternatively, stay up there. Prepare your butts. Because it is going to get nasty. He's bigger. He's harder. He is super boss material. Actually, don't get the levels for. He sucks, and I hate him. Thankfully, I'm going to show you guys how to cheese him. Oh, wait, I already showed you how to cheese him. Take him on from up high. High ether defense. You know what? Considering what happened last time, I better give Ricky another ether defense. For this, I'm gonna give you, do I happen to have, weapon use, here we go. Do you happen to have a, Debuff plus? Do we happen to have a debuff plus by chance? Doesn't look like it, so I'm gonna give you chill plus. Inflicts more chill. Strength up, I need you to be more on the ether defensive side. Okay, that's a lot better. So, go into your system settings and save. Alright. Then, once you are ready set to go, come up to this bridge. You're further up than you normally are.
Everyone, stay on your guard. Don't let a single one escape.
Okay. He's too far up. Maybe if you fight him from right here?
Now you shall witness our power. I don't want anyone dying out there.
Yeah, he's too far away. If that happens, reload. So yeah, upon reloading, he's not going to come right away. Because if he gets too far away, you're not going to be able to get yourself the up high advantage. So as soon as he loads in, should be loading in pretty soon.
You dare challenge Hereupon?
So he starts out with Mega Flame Throw. So this is not good. Charlotte, can you get the group heal, please? Thank you. This is why I recommend giving some healing buffs up, because Charlotte should... If her AI that stupid, I'm going to have to do things myself. Okay, there we go. Make sure you keep on applying healing buffs. If you need to, put more ether debuffs up. Okay, Ricky stole some HP, which is good. He'll constantly go into this. Black Matter does a lot of damage. Okay, she's going back into her mode. Let's go blast you Art Seal. Black Matter.
I fear I approach my limit.
No loose spirit is bad.
Okay. So you want to have try healing, have as much buffs as you can. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, Ricky's starting to get more buffs in. Okay, he hurts. Okay. We're getting there. Titan laser, get out of the way. Okay, healing bullet, there we go. Okay, Ricky got his tension back up. Okay. He's starting to become crazed. Be careful if he becomes crazed. Ow. That's gonna hurt. Hey, Charlotte, do you mind doing some stuff, please? Okay, I'm gonna have to do soloing things now. Don't be afraid of solo. Right. You have a spike, don't you? Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do this. Yeah, this is RIP. Okay, we're gonna go at this at a different strategy. My initial strategy wasn't quite working out as much as I'd like it to. I just had to make sure Never spawned in because he starts at the back gate, but he doesn't necessarily come immediately. That is an issue. So yeah, coming up to this battle, I'm going to try a different strategy. Instead, we're going to be using Dunband for this. Can I actually get up to the right level, please? Yeah, I'm going to use Dunban for this simply because if we're able to keep him right up where we need him to be, we should be able to start buffing our way through. If this doesn't work, I don't know what will.
Sorry.
Wait, is this seriously the winning strategy? If this seriously is the winning strategy, I'm a complete idiot.
Okay, guys. Now we're putting together. Just awesome! Thanks. Monado, lend us your power!
Wait, is this seriously the winning strategy?
I'm feeling it.
Oh my god, this is the winning strategy. I just realized it. This is how you win. All you literally need is Shulk in your party. So, note to self, next time... Was that seriously it? That's gonna be fun to edit. Holy smokes, I never knew just using Shulks. I guess the secret to this battle is buy time. Use Shulk's buy time thing. Do that, and eventually you'll win. You just have to buy time. Well, our reward for defeating that boss is blade stuff. Yay. I actually cannot believe that's all you have to do is just buy time. I literally decided, okay, I'm just gonna bring in Shulk. Try that strategy. Turns out I forgot about Shulk's, well, pretty much I used the 3 just for healing. I didn't do much of anything. I just stood there. In fact, I probably just sped up the... I don't even know how I'm gonna edit that in. Just... My strategy for taking that guy. You have Shulk in your party. Use him to heal. Purge if he gets crazed. And, just make sure he has his thing that allows you to buy more time. So remember me saying that those 4 extra seconds could be the difference between life and death. Well, that is the best example of those 4 difference is the difference between life and death. Well, that was definitely something. I was not expecting it. Pretty much just me doing just random things was the way to win. Well, if that's the way it is, that's the way it is. And looks like that unique monster has respawned, or it didn't. Works for me. I'm just gonna sneak on behind you, cause I need to figure out how the hell I'm gonna do things. Well then, that was one of the strongest monsters in the game. I'd say the next strongest thing that we're gonna have to fight won't be for a long time. But with that, I would say we made pretty good progress this episode. With like an hour of it just trying to figure out how to kill that unique monster. Yeah, Mischievous Naberius is definitely far from easy. So, might just say, next time in Xenoblade Chronicles, we make our way to Galahad Fortress. I'll see you guys then.